right, Robin, on the spot. So, well, we talked about tons of things today, but I'll try to summarize my very best. So, I'll start with the very beginning. There's a lot that I like. First and foremost, in my opinion, you're slowly but surely finding the style that works for you. And that's basically the ultimate goal, because I don't need you to look like me anyway. When you're moving forward in the initial part of the routine, I talked about elongating the step, adding clearer foot pressure, and making sure the steps are not overlapping the actions. Counting is important, slows and quicks, firm believer, just do your slows and quicks, but be clear what you want. Now, initially when you started, by the way, the arms are looking great, so I'm not going to talk about arms at all, at least here. When you started, your actions were a little too quick to be slow, a little too quick to sort of sell the slow idea. What I want from you is I actually do want you to start elongating prior to moving your spine. You see there's an elongation, and now I'm going to keep on feeding that slow with my step. The trick here is not to move the back foot right away, because what happens sometimes is you take the step and you move right away. You take the step and you move right away. But that's kind of killing that idea of slow and then quick, a slow and then, so I'm missing that slow idea. Now, when you're elongating, keep in mind that you have to find what sort of elongation works for you, meaning how big do you want to go. Shoulder length is always a sort of a good, thing to think of. Now, when I'm taking the step, I'm elongating this much, and it feels comfortable to me. If I was to step even further, now I'm struggling balance-wise, I'm all over the places. So monitor what you're doing, but definitely you should change from this to that. From here, we talked about your rotation, which you've come a long way with this one. But when you're turning, the only thing at this point, in my opinion, it's missing is momentum. So if you add more speed into it, you should start getting into the fact that you're managing to do a pivot turn from almost a stationary position with elevated left foot. I give you credit right away. I also talked about the selling point here, because you mentioned how clean this one looks, and that's one of the main reasons you like it, and I'm not opposed to it. The only thing I would say is right after the rotation of mine, I can rebounce twice, even 3 times, and then stop. Just like everything else, you can sell it the way you wish. Now, of course, you're practicing to develop it in a certain way, but if it was, you're performing and all of a sudden you feel the loss of balance, carry on. Just sell it. They have no idea. The audience have no clue what's going on. I just want to talk about the progressive rumba walk. So we have this position, then we have the walk, and then we have the turn. We talked about elevating prior to connecting to your partner. But the left arm sometimes looks dropped and not engaged with the motion. What you would like to do after you connect is to either create a little bit of, this is very safe. I call it safe position of the arm. It's clean, it's elegant, it's good looking. There's so many nice things happening. So as soon as you do this, you're in a good position. But don't drop it, don't go there. Make sure that you're monitoring what the arm of yours is doing. This alone, to me, is a perfect place to start. Nice, soft, clean. No. You can evolve that motion into arm up, soft drop. We talked about it. If I had to do it, just so you have it as a video, I would go walk, walk, walk. You can create a soft opening of we talked about the little slit that the skirt could have and all that stuff. When you're moving linear, forward, backwards especially, the volume created is extremely limited. right? This is just one straight line. It's not like all of this happening, it's just straight line. Because of that, I feel like the importance of volume arm-wise must happen. You and I discuss, excuse me, you and I discuss the muscle groups that sometimes we engage when performing certain movements. In your case, specifically when you're getting to this one in the, it's close to the beginning of the movements. And what I have said was that usually I try to engage the center. When I say engage, not squeeze, but actually elevate, as you know. And also kind of creating space with the arms without putting much pressure into the biceps area or like even the upper shoulders, because the shoulders usually should stay down, right? So the shoulders shouldn't be here. In order for you to achieve that, in my opinion, the shoulder blades should be well engaged, which is actually going to create pretty interesting opening if you think of it. And then obviously moving through the motion. Last thing, we have the lift, right? So we have the hook, the turn, lift, present, stop. Great opportunity for you to add tick, tick, tick. Then perhaps a look at Alex. And then you're ready to roll. Just food for thoughts.